you of the tube. We are freaking back in action. Oh my god. It's been a long fucking time, hasn't it? And the story as to where I have been, why I've not been doing YouTube, I will save for another video. Otherwise, you're going to be here for about 20 years. But what I want to do in this easing myself back into YouTube video is a bit of a Q&A of basically what the hell is going on with me in terms of my period recovery journey, in terms of moving away from bodybuilding. So I thought the easiest way to get myself back into YouTube, firstly, I bought myself a new camera, so appreciate the snazzy quality because one cheap, and I thought, well, if there's one way to get myself to be more on it with content and filming, buy a camera, it'll force you to do it. But I did get some questions from you guys, and I'm just going to answer them, and this is probably going to be a pretty shitty video, but you know what? Imperfect action. Something is better than nothing. Okay, so I did it on the Not Gonna Lie. So first question is, why are you moving away from bodybuilding? So, great question. If you have followed my channel, if you have followed my Instagram for a while, you will know that I have been passionate about bodybuilding. If you go read back to this near the beginning of the YouTube, you'll see a prep series where I was actually prepping for a show. And it has always been a goal of mine. I've always wanted to get on stage as a figure athlete. And I don't really know what's happened over this year. I think really coming to a stage of self-acceptance that for me, for whatever reason, if I ever go into an extreme deficit, I'm going to lose my menstrual cycle. And therefore, if I want to compete, that is going to happen again and again and again. So it's not healthy for me. I think I've also just come to a realization that it's not healthy for my relationship with food. It's not healthy for my relationship with my body. And ultimately, it takes over so much of life to be on stage for like a few minutes. And I never really wanted to get on stage. Like, I don't know, I was always really nervous about getting on stage and being fucking half naked, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I think I just came to a realization that it's just not for me. It's just not for me to just put my whole life on hold, my health on hold, to be on stage for a few minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just didn't vibe with me, and so I just thought, you know what? I don't want to do it anymore. Like, that ship dream has sailed, and there will be parts of me that maybe are disappointed that I never got to go on stage, but there's more to life. Do you know what I mean? I keep saying, do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I hope you know what I fucking mean. And on that note, next question. What changes have you made? Terrible grammar there, no question mark. What changes have you made? Like, a statement. So I'm gonna take that as a question, and I'm gonna guess in relation to regaining my menstrual cycle so far. So biggest changes that I have made so far. Firstly, I got a new coach because I had no beef with my first coach, and I don't want anyone to think that, but she is balls deep in bodybuilding. And even though I left the group chat to try and move away from it, and even though I wasn't talking to her about that stuff, it was what I associated her with, and it's what messages I was seeing on her Instagram and with her other clients. And for me, it just didn't vibe. It just did not vibe that if I want to move away from bodybuilding, I can't have someone who is immersed in bodybuilding. It just doesn't seem logical. You know, it's like, I can't think of an example, but it just doesn't seem right. So I found a new coach who, that's what she's done. She has moved away from bodybuilding herself, and I followed her a while, and I did actually inquire before as well. And I was that really shitty person that kind of just ghosted her after inquiring, so please don't do that, guys. It's shit for us coaches. But she's been fantastic, and the main changes we have made so far are that I've brought my training down. So I do 3 days a week with lower intensity and volume. So what I mean by that is I don't train to failure. If you have seen my Instagram videos, you will know that I used to push like an absolute animal in the gym. I was a bit wild. So now I leave about 5 reps in reserve. I don't train as heavy, and they're not very long sessions, but I'm actually really enjoying it. I feel like there's so much less pressure in session, which is great. I have taken off. I have no fitness tracker on me, and this is not just this video. I don't wear it. It's in a drawer somewhere. I don't know which drawer. We'll find it at some point. I don't want to get upset. I was obsessed with hitting 10,000 steps a day, even though the logic in me was like, don't matter. Doesn't matter if some days are less, some days are more. I got anxious. Like, I sometimes structured parts of my day around hitting 10,000 steps, which is just stupid, beyond stupid. So I took it off because I know that most days I hit around 10,000 steps with what I do. I do 1 to 2 half-an-hour walks a day. I walk around the supermarket. I take my new little dog out. You know, I move, so it's fine. And calories wise, we have increased them slowly, so I'm now aiming for about 2.2 as an average, plus or minus. Still falling short of that just a little bit, but it's a work in progress. I was always very protein heavy in terms of my macro structure, and what I now have is a lower protein goal, which is only 100, which for me is very low. Most days I do go above it, but a big focus is on more carbs, more fats, and I don't actually have a carb or fat goal, so it's just protein and calories that I'm aiming for at the moment. So those are the main changes that I have made so far. What has caused you to flick the switch? Again, no question marks. You guys, you go to school with your grammar. I don't know. I really wish I knew. I really wish I'd had this like epiphany light bulb moment. I don't fucking know, because I've had so many things happen over the last year that I thought would have been like, right, you need to sort your shit out, Luz. Like this time last year when I had a bone DEXA scan that was like, you have got osteopenia, which is basically like one up from osteoporosis. I thought maybe, I don't know, I've had so many life events that could have been turning factors, and I think it's probably just an accumulation, and I just got to a point about a month ago where I just thought, no, like, enough's enough, I'm ready. And I think with any sort of change commitment, whether it is this, whether it is fat loss, whatever it is in life, you have to be ready to make a change for it to work. Because I'd had this goal of restoring my menstrual cycle and health for, well, it's been years. And I committed to it in full again about last September, August time. And it's taken over a year for me to be in a mental state to really work towards it. And I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but it happens. Like, it happened with my eating disorder recovery. You know, I spent ages in this, what I'd call a quasi-recovery of kind of wanting it, kind of doing some of the things that I need to do to make it happen, not fully committed. And therefore, I didn't recover. Whereas with this, obviously, I'm not going to regain my periods because I haven't really committed mentally to the things that I need to do. Whereas for whatever reason now, I just feel ready, and it's really nice. It's really nice. So yeah, sorry that didn't answer your question, because I don't fucking know. But I don't really care, because my flick has switched, and I am now in a state of change that is ready to make it happen for myself. So yeah, that's that one. How long have you not had a period? Another question without a goddamn fucking question mark. So I will explain the context. So I had regular menstrual cycles up until I lost my period when I had anorexia. Then I regained my periods, but they were so all over the shop, which, what I know now, I would have told the past me that is very fucking normal after a while of not having them. But I went onto the pill, and to be fair, I was at uni. I did think, oh, maybe there will be boys, you know. There wasn't any boys. Didn't happen. So I protected myself. And then I just got to a place where I was like, oh, I've been doing fitness for a few years now. I want to see what my body's doing. So maybe if I come off the pill, my body will be good and I will have natural, healthy periods. So I came off in July 2019. Nothing. And then obviously 2020 was COVID. Sounds awful, but I just kind of forgot about it, because I said if it's been 6 months and I ain't had one, I'll speak to a GP or what have you. But I forgot, because COVID happened and life happened, and then it got to like the following summer, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, I'm on a period. So that's when I started the first sort of installment of this recovery journey. I did commit to it, gained a lot of body weight very quickly, which is why I then sort of mentally just tapped out, which, me being me, what I know now, really wish I just pushed through, had a few more cycles, and then tried to diet. Just, hindsight's a beautiful thing, isn't it? But I did get to 2 menstrual cycle bleeds, I do believe, in that year of 2021. That were horrible. The first one, I genuinely thought I had food poisoning. It was that intense. So if that's coming back, I can't fucking wait. But I'd rather that than have a period. but I've had nothing since. So realistically, the last time I had a natural, healthy, what's healthy with passion and healthy, 2000 and, well, technically healthy when I was 15, 16, did have some when I was 18, so it's been long enough. How long have you wanted to pursue bodybuilding? I found a spark and love for it when I was about a year or so into lifting. So it was 2019 when I saw a family friend compete, and one of my best friends compete both in that year. And it was that family friend one that did it for me. I just watched them on stage and thought, I want that. I want to do that. I can do that. That's amazing. And that's when I made that decision to get a new coach at the time, work with Vic, to pursue bodybuilding. I was always really interested in it though, because the people that I got into, because my first coach as well, was a bodybuilder at the time, and I just followed vlogs. Now she's really interested, so I'd say that I was really like dead set on competing for a good it's actually longer than I was, about 4 years, a good 4 years. But now I look back and I wonder, again on reflection, did I want to do it for all the wrong reasons? Did I think, wow, that looks amazing, that looks great? Or did I just see it as a way that I could stay lean, but in a way that people would you'd get social acceptance and validation for, and be able to control my food and control my body still, but again, in a way that is socially accepted, rather than obviously when you have an eating disorder, that's not a good thing. So yeah, I definitely want to reflect on that a lot more, and I'm not going to be one of those people that shits on bodybuilding when they leave, because I don't like people that do that. But I do look back now and wish I hadn't wanted to have done it, and I just focused on being healthy, getting strong, do shoot reps and stuff. That's fine. But yeah, 4 years, my life. Oh, it makes me feel so old when I put it like that. I feel like it's been 5 minutes. Ugh. Why? This one was actually asked by a client, so it's not in the. I'm looking at my phone in the questions, but it's not there. But I thought it would be a really good relevant question. So one of my clients asked it, and she said, Why don't you have periods, Luce? She's one of my newer clients. And she's like, why don't you have them? So basically, I have a condition, and if that's the right word, called hypothalamic amenorrhea. So the hypothalamus is our control center in our brain. And when it feels under threat, it can downregulate our menstrual cycle. And this can be caused by 3 threats, which are undereating, overexercising, and just high general stress. And those 3 components can come together either in conjunction or in isolation and stop you having a menstrual cycle. Now, why some people get it and some people don't, it's unknown. There's people who are more stressed than me, eat less than me, move more than me, that have fully functioning menstrual cycles. It's just one of those things that isn't researched enough yet, so I don't know why I have it, but I do. And for me, what is going to allow me to recover is not necessarily just eating more, because I haven't been under eating to a point where it's dangerous. I've been probably sitting below to maintenance, but it's more the food types that I've been restricted with. So I was eating very similar foods. They were fine for me, but anything outside of those caused me anxiety. And there's still quite a lot of foods, being fully honest, and situations that cause me anxiety, and I'm just working through them. So it's not only making sure that I'm eating, because you do need to eat in a surplus to basically get the body to realise that it's not without energy, because it needs energy to do the whole menstrual cycle thing. So it's not just eating enough calories for me, but making sure that I'm getting that diversity in now, and not just eating the same foods on repeat, and sort of breaking any sort of food rules that I've got. Over-exercising now, again, when you think over-exercising, I have this mental image, and I don't know about you, of someone in the gym every day doing intense, push-ups, CrossFit style. It's different for everyone, and I didn't realise until again sort of really toned back my training how intense it probably was on my body, because I was pushing fucking hard, to failure, past failure, really, really forcing my body to, which it is needed to build muscle, but I was pushing really hard, and maybe that just is too much for my body, so that's why we've toned down the training and the frequency as well. And then stress. And I will be honest, I am a high stress fucking individual. I'm a perfectionist. I am a go, go, go human. I don't feel comfortable when I'm sat doing nothing. Like if I have a day where there's like a pocket of time free and I've got nothing to do, I don't feel good. Whereas I should be like, oh, self-employed life, winning. I've got full like 2 hours where I can just, go for a walk or go for a coffee or meet a friend. I don't like it. I put so much pressure on myself to always be better and do more within everything that I do. I always feel like I need to be busy. I always feel like I need to be, I don't know, like achieving something. Like where I'm at now is never enough. And I'm always putting a lot of pressure and stress on myself. And I do overthink. And that's why I have done a lot of work with like TMP earlier this year. Which I'll link the link to the podcast that I did with them in the YouTube comment thing. And I still do a lot of work on myself because I know that the way my thinking pattern is doesn't help with this because I just feel constantly under stress. But it also doesn't make me particularly happy. Like I just feel like I'm constantly on edge and I'm constantly not good enough, which is, it's fucking stupid. And I think it's because, and this isn't going off on a bit of a tangent, but I think everyone can relate. We always just upwards compare. We reach a standard and we just go, what's next? Okay, they're doing that, I should be doing that. Whereas I fail to be able to look back at how far I've come and what I'm actually doing and just really live in the moment and be like, this is what I've got in life. Like I'm 20, I forget how old I am, I'm 25. Granted, it's not my own house in terms of having a mortgage, but that's what self-employed life does to you. But I have my own company. I'm the director of my own company. I have coaches working for me. I have a really good client base. I make decent money. I've got, I say a nice car. I've got great things going on in life. I've got, besides from this, full health, a loving family. But I'm always like, what's more? And for me, what a lot of this work is going to be is maybe looking at how I structure my day and just being okay with chilling out more and really focusing on just being present. So I want to really get more into back into my meditation. I've just found it really hard having a fucking puppy. I want to ideally get into yoga. I'm trying to just be more mindful in my day-to-day life and just be okay with taking rest. So the longest answer to any question ever, that's why I don't have periods and that's what I'm going to do to fix them. But I hope this has been a decent enough watch easing me back into YouTube. If it's not, sorry. I will get better, but I want to know what you guys want to watch. I want to know what part of this journey or just my life in general you want to see, and I will provide because this camera costs a fucking enough that I will do it. So please comment below what you want to see, whether it's Q&As, if you wanted to ask me questions and I delve into this topic a bit more to raise awareness, whether it's like days in my life, just anything, let me know and I will do it. Over and out, first episode done. Nice one, Lisa, now I've got to go edit it, fuck's sake. But have a great day, and obviously if you do resonate with any of this and you have personal questions, like please slide in my DMs. I'm so happy to talk about this with anyone and everyone. See you next time.